Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here, and yeah, sorry we didn't have any uploads last week. I actually had COVID. I had pneumonia in one of my lungs, so it was just overall a pretty shitty week where I didn't feel like recording any videos. We didn't get any content out on this channel, but we are back once again. Today we're going to be talking about SOFI Technologies Incorporated. This is ticker symbol SOFI for those of you who are maybe not as familiar with this company or with this stock. And yeah, today wasn't the best day in the world for SOFI. They were down 3.63% on the day, down to $6.10. When we take a look at the broader market, not a whole lot of good stuff going on today. A lot of red in the market. Dow Jones down almost 2%, S&P down over 2%, Nasdaq down over 2.5%, and the Russell down 2.13% as well. So today was not a good day for SOFI. It was not a good day for the stock market, but SOFI definitely did underperform the market, definitely underperformed the major indices, even on a day where everything was red. So just a little bit rough overall. Obviously, when the market's down, some individual stocks, especially more speculative stocks, they're going to get hit. They're probably going to get hit harder, but you want to see your stocks holding up well, even on the red days, even if they're not green, just maybe not as red as the market and stuff, but hey, that's still the position that SoFi is in right now, especially as a money-losing company, as a forward-looking company in a market that doesn't really love those type of companies right now. But even just on the the main screen, you guys can see stuff like this where a lot of people are talking about student loan forbearance, what's going on with that, and there's just a ton of stories to talk about. So we're gonna get right into that as well. So apparently, this came out today. This is the talk of everyone right now. Obviously, there's like billions of dollars in student loan debt right now. So many people, families, everything is affected by this or impacted by this. Some more so than others, obviously. So even if you're not directly related to SoFi or what's going on with whether or not the student loan debt's going to get pushed back or not, obviously there is still a lot of people interested in this. This is a big news story, and this is a big decision, and this is something that Biden obviously promised, to tackle, an issue that he promised to tackle coming into his presidency. And I think a lot of people so far have been pretty underwhelmed with what has taken place. So they say that Biden will announce a decision this week regarding student loan payment pause, which that's even crazy to some people because the student loan payment pause is supposed to stop on September 1st. The fact that it's August 22nd, we're like 9 days away from September 1st, and he's saying he's going to make a statement about this sometime this week. I mean, we're less than 2 weeks away from the day happening. That is crazy. So that has a lot of people upset in the first place. And obviously, when you're an investor, you don't like the unknown, and SoFi investors want to know what the heck is going on with this. So you'll notice that this Forbes article links for student loan refinancing and income-driven repayment both have listed SoFi as the #1 spot as top picks for student loan refinancing. So hey, once student loan refinancing does eventually kick back into place, that could be a nice little bump in business for SoFi, and definitely going to be a way they're going to be making some money. If that's not effective advertising, and I don't know what is, anything short of full federal loan forgiveness should have a dramatic positive impact on SoFi's future. 100%. U.S. Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona has confirmed Sunday that Biden will announce this week whether he will extend the student loan payment pause for a record 7th time. Leaked documents from the U.S. Department of Education show a proposal to cancel $10,000 of student loan debt for all student loan borrowers who earn up to $150,000. Biden has canceled $32 billion of student loans through targeted student loan forgiveness, and most student loan borrowers will need a game plan for student loan repayment. Make sure you understand all your options to pay off student loans, and then they have refinancing, income-driven repayment, student loan forgiveness, all this different stuff. And then, obviously, the general consensus is that this is 100% getting pushed back, and that's what they say here. Hey, student loan forbearance likely to continue, but by SoFi anyway, is what Seeking Alpha is saying, at least. So we will have to wait and see. Whenever Biden does make a decision on this, it'll be interesting to see what he decides. Is there going to be a $10,000 reduction? Is it going to get pushed back? Is there going to be no reduction? Or are people going to start paying? Then it'll be interesting to see how the SoFi stock responds to that in the short term and in the long term, and then how obviously SoFi kind of reacts to that and what kind of statements they make about it and all that stuff. That'll be very, very interesting to see. Also, this, I think, is very, very interesting as well. Quick climber. SoFi Bank is now the 240th largest U.S. bank by assets as of quarter 2, up from 449th place in quarter 1. So moving, around 200 spots in just one quarter is very, very crazy. And this is what we talked a little bit about this 2 weeks ago, I think, just how big SoFi can get, especially when right now they're going after a lot of retail money. They're trying to get a lot of like young people who don't even necessarily have a lot of money yet, or maybe have a lot of student loan debt, or even young professionals who have a lot of debt, even if they're higher earning. And they don't have a lot of, businesses, and they don't have a lot of the super, super wealthy, old school high earners or anything like that as well. And it was just, people were wondering, what's it going to take for them to crack into, some of the bigger banks, some of the bigger asset management firms and stuff like that. And a lot of it is just going to take time. It's going to take their customer base maturing, making more money and stuff, but they also are going to have to get into business transactions and stuff like that eventually as well if they really want to take this thing to the next level. So it's just kind of interesting to see where SoFi is at this point. And this is also obviously very, very bullish to see them moving up this many points, this many spots on this list that fast. It's also going to be interesting to see how many spots are going to be able to move up in the future. Where they're going to be at quarter 3, quarter 4. Obviously, growth is going to slow down at some point. And obviously, as you get higher and higher, it gets harder and harder to crack into those numbers. But they are seeing a lot of positive results from them having industry-leading APY on their checking and savings accounts. They are seeing great results from, obviously the bank charter and having stuff like that in place. So that's all been very, very good. People are excited about this. They're saying, let's go for top 50. Let's go for number 1. But yes, it also does show how easy it is to move up some of those lower numbers in the ranks as well. Not easy, but like it doesn't take as much money to move from, 449th to 240th as it's going to move into the top 100 or top 50 or whatever. But that's where SoFi ultimately wants to be. People keep talking about this, why own SoFi as opposed to another bank? And the top comment here is Galileo. It's the only thing that makes SoFi actually techie. Every bank has an app, but does not own the infrastructure that allows you to make the app function like a bank. I will gladly continue to buy shares as analysts keep comparing the business model to Lending Club or Upstart. And other people saying, because SoFi is not a bank. SoFi has a bank, but if SoFi was a bank, they couldn't have offered crypto investing as per their bank charter. While Noto has made the statement that about becoming the AWS of fintech, I like that analogy, and they really want SoFi to be the one-stop shop for all different kind of financial things going on, not just a bank, but having a bank underneath their umbrella is a really, really awesome part. Obviously, they have Galileo, they have Technesis, all that other stuff going on as well. They have the crypto. They have so many different potential ways that they're going to be making money, which I think excites a lot of people. But also, they're newer, they're smaller, they have growth opportunity, growth potential. So many people, if they could have invested in one of these huge banks like Wells Fargo or Chase or JP Morgan or whatever, I don't know, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, I'm sure they would have been, maybe more interested or more excited about that as well. Maybe some bad news. SoftBank report shows another 18 million shares sold. They're now down to under 5% ownership. Some people are taking it as bad news. Some people are taking it as they don't care. Obviously, the top comment here is get the fuck out and be done with it. SoftBank has no other choices, has nothing to do with SoFi. And that's the other thing, too. I know SoftBank has been hit pretty hard recently. They've been selling out of a lot of stuff. This doesn't mean that they hate SoFi or SoFi sucks or it's the end of the world, but obviously it is a lot of shares of SoFi flooding onto the market at one time as well, which is going to push this price down and kind of, maybe hold the price down for a little bit. Now, long term, that doesn't mean anything at all, but this is something to look out for. But yeah, also understanding that this probably isn't the biggest deal in the world. And then talking about this new government Fresh Start initiative. It's going to be helping people with student loan debt after the payment pause expires 8/31. People will have 1 year from the end of the student loan payment pause set to expire August 31st to make payment arrangements. Failure to act will throw borrowers back into default and deny them from many key benefits of the temporary program. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if the student loan moratorium does end up getting pushed back again, then this obviously won't matter, and this will get pushed back too. We'll have to wait and see. But there is going to be all kinds of different programs that are hopefully going to help people, starting up their loan payments and stuff again, and hopefully getting these things paid off, which will help everyone out. It'll help SoFi get their money, and it'll also help the economy and help all these people, especially if we go into an economic downturn over the next couple of years. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about SoFi. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.